Okay, what about retirement? I've often heard people refer to the Trinity rule, right? Is that a rule which is still valid today, and how does it work?
Look, Sumera, none of these rules, to be very honest, are valid in the strictest sense of personal finance. You will actually have to go through a detailed exercise, take all assumptions into account. But for someone who just wants to do a quick calculation, top of the mind things. So let's say if I'm at age 60 and I'm about to retire with a certain corpus and I'm really worried, I will hire a personal finance expert and I'll go through a detailed exercise of my expenses and monthly expenses and then income and then figuring out will I be able to sustain for next 25, 30 years. But if I really want to do a quick income computation in my mind, I'll just apply the 4% rule, which is also called the Trinity rule. Suppose I have a corpus of 1 crore. 4% rule says 1 crore, 4% of 1 crore is 4 lakhs, which means I can withdraw up to 4% of my accumulated corpus every year for next 25 to 27 years of my retirement without impacting my corpus, right? So this withdrawal, if you think 4 lakhs a year is good enough, then 1 crore corpus is great. But if you think 4 lakhs a year is not great, then obviously you are short on your corpus and you need to really work on your corpus, or you need to work on your withdrawal rate. You need to withdraw lesser amount. Out here there are many assumptions, Sumaira, and you rightly said that this might not be applied in the strictest sense of the rules today. The first assumption is that your retirement corpus is invested in a mix of 50 equity, 50 debt. And the underlying theorem out here is that when you invest at that kind of a ratio, it is assumed that your returns will be equivalent to the rate of inflation in the economy, right? So practically speaking, the rule says that your investment corpus has to fetch you that much return, which is able to tackle the inflation. And then the 4% rule applies quite neatly to the entire corpus. The other way of looking at it is that whatever is the annual expense which you need. So let's say if you need 5 lakh rupees a year, you multiply that by 25 basically. So 1.25 crores is the corpus of retirement which you will need to sustain yourself for next 25 to 27 years thereabouts, right? So there are many variables which can impact this equation, but at a very, very top level, broad view, this gives you a clear idea of whether the retirement corpus is suitable and sustainable.